All right, let's look at these news stories, and then in the next break, I'll find it.
Okay.
And we'll get back on track.
Right, a worker at a Hershey chocolate factory lost her arm when a machine she was cleaning switched on by accident. Lady was cleaning a batter sifting machine when the accident occurred. She was working alone. It caught her hand, removed her arm at the shoulder. Yeah, they weren't able to replace it when they got to the hospital. She was in shock but conscious when police arrived a few minutes later. She will not be working there anymore.
They said that people maintained their composure and they were able to go over to the bloody stump and put pressure on it and clot it so that she didn't die. Without them, she would die.
Coworkers saved her life. Yeah.
Could you do that?
I don't.
So. You do.
I'd like to think I could.
I don't think
I do too, but if I see I'm walking.
Yeah, you know, blood.
I got a fast walk. I'm like,
I can do
and I start telling the story like even bigger than it was. Like, oh my God, her arm came off and her leg, and I ain't gonna make it. I don't think I could maintain composure.
A socket that's spewing blood and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't deal with that. No.
You put a towel over it, you get it.
You do not.
What
What do you jam it into the socket?
No.
Hell no.
You just hit the pressure plate.
I don't know if we're gonna get any calls on that, but I'm gonna get it. Go. 866-313-FREE. Has anyone out there had to deal with a situation like this where someone lost an arm or you pulled up on a scene and someone was either missing limbs or blood's just
Hands,
gushing,
legs, right.
and then you tell them, hang in there, and then, like, do you lie when they go, how bad am I? You're fine, man.
Yeah,
You're
it's
fine.
just flesh
You're fine.
wounds.
Because in shock,
Just a scratch.
Just grazed.
you don't realize that arm laying over there is yours.
No. You
In
don't.
shock, it's like, I know I'm having a bad day. I'm not sure why it's bad, but I know I'm getting a lot of attention. And that does, look like my ring finger, my engagement ring. So,
She went back to work, right?
No.
Take a break. Take a smoke.
I thought Hershey was done, but, no, it's just the little Hershey squirts.
What, the kisses?
Do you ever get the little Hershey squirts? You ever get sick?
Around Easter.
Did you know that it was one big lady that used to pop those out one at a time?
Really?
Yeah, for 82 years.
Yeah, I knew that.
And then they would package
Penny in a
them up.
sling? Yes. They didn't
No,
come
but they
out like
canceled
that?
those, the little kisses, because not enough people are buying them.
You're kidding me. Those are classics.
They're done. You can't get them anymore.
Oh, man. Glad I got them saved in the freezer. Yeah. Last month, animal control officials...
Oh, look at the phones are going nuts. It looks like we're going to have some straight mutilation.
Last month, some animal control officials in Plano, which is near Dallas, learned that this man, Bobby Denton Crawford Jr., was illegally keeping a rhesus macaque monkey named Darwin at his house. By law, they can't be pets there. They took the monkey away. The man was crushed, and the guy would come and visit the monkey, bring him a box of toys. Now, in this box of toys, workers found an audio tape player. They listened to it and found out that Bobby Denton Crawford Jr. and Darwin the monkey were lovers.
Come on.
The tape was sexually explicit. Bobby talking at length about Darwin and him
Spanking
engaging
his
in
monkey on tape.
Still using tapes.
monkey see, monkey do-do.
Monkey see.
No, but they're going to get the guy the monkey
What are you doing?
back.
I'm spanking. That's what it is.
That is, macaque monkey.
There is you have no right to dump that. That was so
right
within the lines of the article.
They say that the animal control officers say you don't want to even go near these monkeys. They'll go straight for your face and tear into you. They got the strength of 6 men, an inch and a half incisor teeth.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's some rough sex.
It is. And they're
No
little
tenderness
monkeys,
there.
too.
Leave those two alone then, if he's willing to handle it.
this
I mean,
guy's
6 men.
ballsy.
You're having sex with the equivalent of 6 men? Let him do his thing.
Let's go to Craig in Long Island. What's up, Craig?
Hey, what's up, cows?
What? How you doing, Craig?
Can I get a crank water, please?
Of course.
And a macaque monkey.
Listen. Yummy.
Delish.
Listen, guys, I'm driving by the Coliseum right now, just for reference. But
And you are going to be there Saturday, right?
10:30?
better believe it.
My
I'll be
man.
there.
Sweet.
Let's do this. Hold on. Time out. Can I do this, Zach? I mean, right now, can I guarantee that he's one of the 10 people that will roll the dice? I can?
Sure.
Listen to what I'm saying here to you, Craig.
I'm listening, bro.
If you make it, I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to get your last name and your address so we can verify that it's you. You'll be one of the 10 guys rolling the dice for the shot at $50,000.
Thank you so much.
All
I love
right.
you.
Now give me the story.
All right, check it out. About 2 years ago, we had a really bad snowstorm. I don't know. Were you guys even here then? I don't think you guys
Last
No.
year, February?
I was.
Oh, for that one. I was.
Yeah,
Actually,
you were here, dude.
It's all good. But, no, my dad and I were outside, taking care of shoveling or whatever. He brings out the snowblower, and it gets jammed, and decides that before he turns it off, he'd like to stick his arm in there, and sticks his left hand, and needless to say, loses his finger, his pointer finger of his left hand. And I'm sitting there. I was about 18 at the time. I'm 20 now, but he's staring at it like, what are you going to do? Like,
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
And I was in complete shock. I mean, I'd like to say, just like you guys said, I'd like to say that I would do something about it. I would patch it up, but I just stood there in shock as he called the cops and got the ambulance.
Oh, my God. Hold on there 1 second. I need to get some information. So, could you go to this point, Zach? I know that you were pulled out of the office here, or the studios, and reprimanded.
By who?
You're in the worst position.
Yeah, I'm glad.
The producer sucks. It's just me going, do this. Can you do this? It's not like that. I don't tell Zach what to do. I just tell him what I want done. And he's like, let me work on that. And from the other side, it's just, no! And then it's back to me, why not? So you're telling me you could maintain that sort of composure like the last caller. Dad's finger gets torn off.
Snowblower.
Yeah. Would you start to sew it for him?
No, you ice it up,
I would
right?
not do that because I just don't think I could do that.
Right.
Like physically, I've really been.
What if your dad asked you? He's like, sew it,
back
boy,
on?
sew it.
I'd do my
I got
best.
snow to blow.
Yeah, but the finger would be no problem.
Yeah, finger would not be
the
as
only
bad.
thing-
I think I could handle a finger.
A finger completely removed?
I think I could handle that.
The only thing I couldn't handle would be eyeballs and genitals. I couldn't see any.
What?
What do you mean handle? You handle my genitals all the time.
Yeah, without looking, your eyes are closed.
So does Rudy's mother.
Yeah.
She actually
Who
can.
doesn't say?
What does it say?
A bunch of zits they go with lunch. Something like that.
Okay, Chris in New York. Hello, Chris.
Thanks, Mom.
Chris,
Yes,
you're on, buddy.
Doghouse.
What?
Yeah, well, I was helping my friend with cutting out a stump to a tree, and he took out the chainsaw to basically cut the root from the ground. The chainsaw, he started cutting, the chainsaw pops up, hits him in the wrist.
Oh.
I swear to God, the blood was 30 feet.
Nice. I can't handle squirts of blood like that. I
good
just
stuff.
can't
Handle that.
That's
do
helpful.
that.
Were you, everyone calm down, were you a man of composure? Did you maintain your composure and just...
Oh, yeah, we tied his arm. I drove him to the hospital. It was crazy.
I can't do that. I get in his truck and I start explaining later why I have it.
Yeah.
When the cops are like, why do you have his truck? Dude, loan it to me. I'm like the guy on Cops.
Right.
Loan it to me.
Right.
I was supposed to go down, pick up this girl, then this girl was supposed to tell me where we was supposed to get this other dude and bring this truck back to him.
Such lies, man.
I gotta leave. I gotta just leave the scene. I really, like right now, if one of your arms was chopped off,
Yeah, arms no way.
I would do like Lou did. Remember Lou, the old producer?
Yeah.
God, he was good. Yeah.
We if for the people that missed it, Lou was making all of these black jokes, and he's not racist.
No.
But what we did was we started painting this picture that he was.
Right.
So we're like, man, Lou, you are so racist. And he goes, I'm not. And he's making all the same jokes as us. So we hired an actor
Yeah, he was good.
to come in here, and he's all, where's this mother effing
Real
Lou? He
thug.
was cussing. He was, thugged out, crazy. Lou just ran.
So we're in here dealing with the
Yeah.
actor who was like, wait, no.
And he was so convinced that he was scaring the hell out of me. Lou's running. Everyone else in the office knew about it, but he's running to the receptionist, to Tom, like, there's an emergency. There's someone here to kill me.
Would somebody
He
do
might
something?
kill them. Do something. He jumped on the door and was able to just stick to it, his shoes and hands.
Hey, Spidey.
Some guys are so tiny that
I
that's
know.
what they do. When they want out, I'm sorry I'm all over the road here, but we had this one guy at our old station, and we were making him do all this stuff. He goes, I'm not going to do it. And we go, yes, you are. He goes, I'm not. He runs to the door, and he grabs the handle. our big old guy that's also on the show, like 300 pounds, just puts his foot in front of the door, and I swear to God, imagine off of one door handle, a guy's 2 feet and hands around it.
They were up around
He was up around, and he was in the air.
wasn't budging it, man.
And just his shoulders moving back like, I'm out of here.
And he had a really bad haircut, and all you see is the back of his bald spot, and that thing is sweating. He couldn't move the damn door.
We got some more
Sure do.
phone calls. Guys, I hope you can hang in there. We do have to take this break.
The Doghouse with JV and
92.3 Free FM, Doghouse. My name is JV.
Elvis here.
Going through the newspaper like we do every day, and we come across this article about a woman who works for the Hershey plant, has her arm completely ripped off.
At the shoulder.
And I'm just wondering how the coworkers could do it, how they could keep calm, maintain, pick up the arm. Well, actually, I think the arm disappeared, but they saved her life by attending to her and clotting the blood.
Yeah, putting a cloth on there with pressure, right.
I'm just saying, things like that I can't deal with.
No.
Most likely I'm going to walk on you if that happens. And the phone lines are open, 866-313-FREE.
Al in New York, what's up?
Hey, good afternoon. Good morning, Doghouse.
What?
Dude, retired city cop about 24 years ago. I was working in Corona, Queens, and a call that a woman thinks that her uncle took a heart attack.
Okay.
So I crawled through the apartment window, and the only light's flashing from a TV screen. So I'm walking around, I see a pair of legs from behind a wall. So I'm thinking, all right, poor guy took a heart attack, do what I got to do. And as the light's flashing, I look down, and there's no head. The head is off the body. So now I'm like looking at it, you know, my eyes are flashing like this can't be real.
And was
You know?
getting a beer?
God.
So, dude, I turn to my left, and I tap into something, and I step back, and there's a body in the chair that also has no head.
Oh!
So now, you know, I'm thinking,
Sleepy
I got a
Hollow.
gun, I got a vest, but whoever's in this apartment's going to do a ninja on me. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm sushi, right?
Yeah.
So now I go to run out of there, and I'm trying to get out the apartment door, and the two women who originally called are holding the door, and I can't get out.
Oh, my God.
So we're going back and forth, tug away. I'm screaming for my partner, bloody murder. Get me out of here. This is insane. And, you know, he didn't believe me. So when he walks in, he starts punching me. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me what to do?
So the ladies that made the call, they're the ones that did it?
No, they didn't do it. What happened was these guys shacked up with another guy. And this guy wound up getting arrested down the road for DWI, Colin, and he admitted that he did it because they wouldn't eat the cake that he cooked for them.
Okay.
Nice.
And he did it with a kitchen knife.
Oh, that's
So now,
slow.
you know,
Slicing, yeah.
Yeah.
it's insane. And now we go back. We couldn't find heads. What the guy did, he disemboweled the one guy, and he had the two heads in the guy's intestines.
There's two guys, though. If you're watching him do the one guy, aren't you just going to get out of there? You're not going to sit around and wait for him to get to you?
We're going to see how this plays
No,
out.
I don't know what the deal was with that, but I tell you, I know there's a lot of stories out there, but ever to this day, like I say, it's 24 years ago. It still freaks me out.
Oh, that's insane. Hey, thanks for the call.
Thanks, Al.
Man, no head. I'll get out of the relationship.
Yeah.
I swear to God,
Great
I will.
point. Great point. Cousin Dan, Long
It's just
Island.
important to me.
It's big. Cousin Dan, hello. Cousin. Oh,
Let me turn on the phone.
That'd be nice. Give him a ting, 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 ting. Cousin Dan, hello.
Doghouse?
What?
Ting, 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 ting.
Come here. Hey, buddy.
Put that phone on. Anyway, a couple years ago, I was on my way home from cleaning pools during the summer, and I heard it's what sounded like a car accident. So I pulled up into the intersection, and there's a motorcycle laying on the road.
Oh, boy.
And I look up the road, and there's a guy laying down, and about 15, 20 feet from him, there's a girl laying down. They ended up getting T-boned by a van.
Right.
So I go up and I check on the girl, and she didn't have a pulse or anything. You know, she was kind of in the same condition.
sedate her.
They were both missing an arm. The leg was ripped off from the knee. So I go up to the guy, and he's still conscious, and then I start talking to him, and he's asking about her, and I'm telling him, she's okay. She was just asking about you. How you doing? I got the name and everything like that, and I took my T-shirt off and I tied it around the guy's arm to kind of slow down the bleeding, and another guy gave me one for his leg.
Right.
But he ended up going anyway. Yeah, the 7-day order.
If it's your favorite T-shirt, do you do that?
Man. Hey, thanks for the call. I couldn't imagine dealing with something like that.
No.
You got to think about that every day the rest of your life.
I know.
And that was one of my questions. Do you tell someone? I mean, he knew the girl was dead.
Yeah, right.
Do you say that? Oh, she's all right. Everything's cool. I wonder, with ambulance drivers and firemen, the policemen, when they arrive on a scene like that, do you Do you tell them the truth, or do you tell them what you know is going to help them get through the situation at the moment?
It's the latter. Yeah, you get them through
But you also can't lie, though. You can't. If this person later in the hospital says to the person, "You told me she was alive," what do you mean?
You go, cuckoo is in shock. I never said that. You just
this cuckoo's in shock.
Hey,
You're a liar.
He has no idea what he's talking about.
Who looks more like a liar?
Yeah, the guy without an arm or me.
Right.
Think about that one.
Yes.
Cuckoo.
Raise your hand if you're telling the truth.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mine's way up here.
Look it, yeah.
No, I guess maybe it's a little different for the police officer or the fireman. Ambulance driver or another pedestrian, you tell them what's best. But if you're the firefighter or the policeman, I'm guessing you have to say, you know what, don't worry about that, and we're working on her.
Calm it down. Yes,
Exactly.
there we go.
You stay vague.
There's a dog right now that's eating some of the meat off of her. I mean, how honest do you get? There are crows picking at her eyes.
Pack of hyenas
Now
and pulling them off to the
You're
dead.
looking up into the sky, and do you think these buzzards
Turkey
are
vultures?
around for a reason?
And you
Yeah,
can't
vultures.
imagine the pain she went through before she did. Though.
Yeah. She was screaming like a little baby.
She's in a better
You
place.
seem to be handling things pretty good. I'm going to punch you in the rib to see if your threshold is as strong as I think it is. Because I'm bragging about you.
and her meat is in the hyena's mouth. Okay, enough. That went over the line. Fluke in Long Island. Hello.
Doghouse.
What?
Come on. Hey, guys, I can't wait for Saturday. I just want to get that across the table.
Thank you, sir.
10:30, Nassau
Me too.
Coliseum. See ya.
Oh, I'll be there.
Okay.
All right, a couple years back in my old house, I had this old rusty fence, and it was a pretty small fence, so me and my friend, we were just running around, and he hops the fence, and he puts his hand on the crossbar, and all of a sudden I hear a bunch of screaming, so I start to walk over there. I think he's just kidding, and I look at his arm, and from about his wrist all the way up to his bicep, the skin is just folded under the bicep.
Well, at least he didn't lose it, right?
Yeah, I could just see all his muscles and
Oh!
it was just so disgusting.
Could you guys, thanks for the call, could you unhook someone?
Yeah.
Let's say they
Yeah,
were.
I guess.
Yes. You can't just run away.
Yeah.
Or drive away in their car. You have to do something.
Yeah.
It's your friend.
When it comes,
What if it's
But what
not
if
your
you're not
friend?
good
What
in
if
those-
it's someone,
It's another
and they
human
are
being, and they
impaled
need
on
your help.
something?
I'm not good in those situations.
Let's say they're impaled on a fence. Can you try? You'll try to push them up.
No.
You'll get like a
Yeah.
broom handle. And
I'll do
Absolutely
my
not.
best. Yeah.
No way, dude.
how do you get them off, buddy?
You cut
off
the
the
fence.
impaled fence.
You just got to blow him, right?
Go down to the hardware store.
You go get a
Oh, you
stick.
take the whole fence.
You take that whole
You're saying you dig up the whole
yeah,
fence
and
and
bring
take
that
it.
down to the hospital.
You put it in the Toyota Tundra.
That's it. Roll
They
her
want us to get, plugs in, so anywhere you callers,
Yes.
or we can get those Toyota Tundra plugs in.
Right.
So if your friend is impaled on the fence, you go down to the hardware store,
Yes.
saw up that section of the fence, and then dig it up and put it in the Toyota Tundra,
The 2007.
which is amazing.
Beautiful
if you put it in
truck.
reverse, you can
Oh.
actually see.
Yeah, there's a camera
There's
in the
a
back,
camera where
and
you
it's
can
in
see
color.
behind you.
Oh, man, it's awesome. V8, too.
Is it really?
Room, room.
Some bitch.
Rich in Jersey. Hello, Rich.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Dog.
What?
Hey, you guys know anything about making plastic bottles?
No.
What's that mean?
All right, basically the plastic comes down and there's a hydraulic mold that's in two portions and it opens and closes on the plastic.
Okay.
And sometimes if it gets jammed up in there, somebody's got to reach up in there
Oh.
and pull it out. And I work for two separate companies, and man, I'm telling you, man, they were losing limbs all the time. It was a shame. It was so bad. We used to have a biohazard cooler with ice so that we could take the limbs, throw them in there, keep pressure on them.
What the hell?
There's old limbs from like 6 weeks ago.
Who signs up for that job? If you don't have a pen or a hand, there's one right over here that you can sign with. Toyota Tundra.
2007. That's right. Hello, Lauren. What's your favorite truck? Toyota Tundra? Thought so. What's going on in Connecticut?
Hi. I saw like a really bad accident on my way home one day, and I was coming around the corner and I heard this big bang, and I come around the corner and this big Ford F-150 had smashed into this little Dodge Neon. So I get out of my car because I have prior medical training, and I go up to the Dodge Neon, and one little old lady had no head, and the other one was wrapped around her, and the metal of the car was all twisted around them. She was shaking, and I knew they were gone, so I walked over to the truck, and the guy got out of the truck, and his head was all bloody, and he had a concussion. You could tell because the way he looked.
Right.
So I'm like, you have to sit down, sir. Do you need anything? And we called 911, and he's like, "Oh, can I use your cell phone?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he grabs my cell phone and puts it on his bloody ear. I'm like, "What the?" I'm like, "What the
Let the old lady's head make a call.
I'm like, "What a jerk!"
What a jerk!
Well, he's in shock,
yeah,
for
he
God's
doesn't
sake.
He didn't know
Somebody
there was
with medical
blood all
training.
over it. Hey, thanks for the call. 2 points. Well, 1 point and 1 question. This would have never happened if these people would have been in a Toyota Tundra.
Exactly. The safest truck
2007.
on the streets today. Hello. Side bags, front bags, airbags, butt bags, everything in this thing.
Question is, on this, is that fair in bowling if she were to use this lady's head and throw from the strings of her hair?
Why?
If she had a bowling bag and she put this lady's head in it,
Right.
and then she went that night to the league,
Yeah, right.
and she's not putting her fingers like in her eye sockets or anything. She's using her hair to get a good spin. Is that fair?
You go the mouth in the eye sockets.
It's not going to roll.
You don't need to do the hair.
It's not going to roll?
Because that's a wig anyway.
Unless you got to have a really flat nose. And all
It
that.
doesn't need to roll. It just needs to scoot.
How the hell is she going to get a strike, huh?
You scoot. You
How
throw
do you
the
know
sucker.
her nose was still on?
Yeah, right.
I'm guessing, but I mean, throwing a head down the alley.
You just throw it on the flat part of her head.
That's the other thing is I would kind of launch it and let it just do one bounce.
Right.
But it probably won't hit the
pins.
pocket.
You don't want her to get a
You hit
concussion.
balls all the time. It's just not.
By the way, same sound as heavy cabbage. You think I'm lying?
It's my
Try
favorite
it.
group.